Coming up, a scam across the states. The sentence one Georgia man is facing for his crimes here in Iowa.
And a difference in dining, how the University of Iowa's change in meal plans is affecting students.
The Iowa football team heads east for their first Big Ten matchup.
And the U Iowa Theater Department is in full swing.
Heat falls down. I'll have your full forecast and weather.
All that and more.
Coming up right now on DITV.
Good morning from Iowa City. It is Friday, September 19th. I'm Ryan Lynch.
And I'm Felicity Menning.
And the third member of our team, Kenna Murtis, is live outside to tell us today's forecast.
Yesterday was rainy and humid. Will we have nice weather headed for us this weekend, Kenna?
Hi, Felicity and Ryan. I'm standing on the Stanley Museum right now. We have an overcast with 68 degrees. Taking a look onto the Pentecrest, we're seeing a cloudy start to our weekend with a light morning rain. Even with the gloom today, we're looking at a high in the low 80s and a low to mid 60s. And tomorrow is a high with 80 with some cloudy skies. You might want to pack an umbrella today as we're looking at some scattered rain showers. I don't know about all of you, but I'm ready for some fall temperatures. I'll have the rest of the forecast later on. For now, back to you two.
To federal prison after a multi-state phone scam operation. Russell Weatherspoon, the ringleader of the operation, has been sentenced to nearly 11 years in prison. Weatherspoon led the scam while in a Georgia state prison, using phones dropped into the prison yard by drones. The group consisted of 3 other men. They then told victims there would be a warrant out for their arrest unless they paid a cash bond for missing court. They use the names of local law enforcement officers and an app that generates realistic phone numbers. In Johnson County, one victim lost over $15,000.
The Johnson County Joint Law Enforcement Facility is losing support. Johnson County Sheriff Brad Kunkel told the Johnson County supervisors that he believes it is best to separate the Johnson County Sheriff's Office and Iowa City Police. The current proposal, a joint facility, would save taxpayers $10 million. Sheriff Kunkel instead brought his idea to county supervisors, a new facility with more beds. The supervisors tabled the discussion for a later date.
The Board of Regents has been hard at work this week.
Let's take it over to Kibeti, who has a detailed look into what changes are coming.
Offensive, inappropriate, and above all, unacceptable.
This is what Iowa Board of Regents President Sherry Bates said about social media posts responding to Charlie Kirk's assassination. On Wednesday, the board voted to launch investigations into university employees who might have violated its social media policy by celebrating Kirk's death. Employees found in violation of the policy could face being fired. The Board of Regents is not the only administration in Iowa taking action. Yesterday, the Oskaloosa Community School Board fired a teacher for a post he made in response to Kirk's death. The University of Iowa is ending some graduate programs. The Iowa Board of Regents approved the removal of various education-related programs. Graduate and doctorate programs in elementary education, secondary education, special education, and science education will go away. UI officials say the programs are unused with no students enrolling in the last 5 years, and the last degree was awarded in 2016. The Board of Regents is also moving forward with the Center of Intellectual Freedom at the University of Iowa. They appointed a 26-member advisory board on Wednesday and approved it in Thursday on the 7-2 vote. The new board consists of 11 Republicans, 3 Democrats, and 12 independents. In total, there are 24 men and 2 women. The advisory board will make recommendations for the new center's creation and operation. The center's goal is to reduce biases and promote free speech in higher education. Free speech has become a hot topic recently, and that's why we have Annika Perez in the newsroom speaking more on how speech is treated at the University of Iowa.
The Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, also known as FIRE, studies how universities defend free speech. The University of Iowa received a D grade, otherwise known as a 61.6 out of 100. This means that students might be uncomfortable voicing their opinions and their concerns about different viewpoints. Categories like self-censorship and political tolerance received an F grade. And a new campaign launches for Iowa's 2nd Congressional District. Rod Blum, a former Republican congressman, is looking to take Ashley Hinson's spot. Blum served in Congress as a representative from 2015 to 2018. He says his campaign includes focusing on immigration, border security, energy, and affordable housing. In addition to his campaign, Blum has previously worked with the Iowa Leadership Committee to help Trump's campaign as president. Changes are headed for the Iowa Senate. Jack Whitaker is stepping down from his role as Senate Majority Leader and will not run for re-election in 2026. The decision comes after he was diagnosed with brain cancer last year. He's been undergoing radiation and drug therapy since. Whitaker has been the Senate Majority Leader since 2018 and has been in the Senate for over a decade. From campaigns to retirements, Iowa's Congress is getting ready for change as the 2026 election comes around again. For now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
The Iowa Department of Education just released school performance ratings for the 2024-25 school year. Scores for the 2024-25 school year have improved, with 56% of schools in the top 3 performance categories, a 10% increase from last year. There are 6 levels, ranging from exceptional to priority or comprehensive, which is the lowest. Each school is ranked in different categories from math to absenteeism. The full breakdown of Iowa schools can be found on the Department of Education's website.
4 University of Iowa graduates are being considered for the National Book Award. Candidates include alums Angela Flournoy for The Turner House, Kevin Moffitt for Only Son, Joy Williams for State of Grace, and Ian Lee for Things in Nature Merely Grow. Their work continues to highlight Iowa's renowned writing program. The winners of the National Book Award will be announced November 19th. And recent changes to housing and dining aren't sitting well with students.
DITV's Liz Schultz is live outside Catlett Marketplace to walk us through what's new.
Many of the students circling in and out of the marketplace here tell me that they wish that the university would reconsider their decisions with flex swipes. Now, I did speak with a student living in the dorms who tells me that they are already out of dining dollars, the replacement for flex swipes.
So I'm just not really understanding how this change works.
And now the goal with these changes is to separate laundry dollars and hawk dollars, as well as dining dollars, which is different from last year. And the unlimited plan comes with 150 dining dollars, and the block plan comes with 450 dining dollars. And guest swipes have also now decreased from 8 to 5. And the university and students I've spoke with say that they wish the university would reconsider their decision or take student opinions into account. And I did reach out to the university housing and dining offices for a statement regarding these changes, but have not yet heard back. Live outside Catlett Marketplace, Liz Schultz, DITV.
Volleyball falls to the rivals in a thriller, and a look ahead at men's and women's basketball Big Ten opponents after the break.
Stories occur every day, and here at DITV, we've got you covered with up-to-date news and politics.
We are anxiously waiting for those votes for not only the national election, but here in District 1.
Community members protest and stand for science.
Keeping highlights and scores with Hawkeye Sports.
Advancing to the quarterfinals, Iowa looks to boost their overall placement and their way into the semis.
It's Iowa's second road win of the season, first since September 21st.
And of course, all the latest in entertainment.
Sit back, relax, and here's the word on the street.
I'm here at the Alan McVeigh Theater, where a unique performance.
Here at DITV, we've got a crew bringing you all the stories from across the nation and right here in your backyard.
From the Iowa State Fair.
In Nashville, Tennessee.
From downtown Iowa City.
From Carver Hawkeye Arena.
And bringing all the coverage straight to you live on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. Around the University of Iowa and Iowa City community, we have the stories that matter to you here at DITV.
Welcome back to DITV on Friday morning.
Let's take a look back outside with Kenna for the forecast for the week ahead.
Not packing away your umbrellas, as later in the week we're looking at some showers. Taking a look onto the Pentacrest, the heat isn't going anywhere in the next few days. Our weekend ends with a warm day reaching a high of 80 to a low mid-60s. Clouds are going to linger around at the beginning of the week, turning into storms into the late next week. Monday is a high of the upper 70s and the mid-60s. Switching over to Tuesday, it's not different as it's a high of mid-70s and a low of mid-60s. Wednesday and Thursday, we start to welcome in some cooler weather, looking at a high in the mid-60s and a low in the upper 50s with some showers. To all of our sun lovers, we recommend getting out on Sunday as it is the last day of summer. For now, back to you at the desk.
So what do you think of summer wrapping up?
I'm kind of excited for summer to end. I am a fall girl all the way through.
I mean, you guys are definitely right. There's a lot of change in the weather right now. And just for Hawkeye football, they're also experiencing a little bit of change. They're going against a different opponent than usual. For their first Big Ten game of the year, the Hawkeyes are headed to Rutgers for the Scarlet Knights' annual Blackout Night. Here are some of the players' thoughts on their opponent's strong atmosphere in the game up ahead. And are looking to make it 5-0 tonight. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. The Iowa volleyball team has lost 2 out of the last 3 matches prior to the game against Iowa State at Extreme Arena last Wednesday. DITV's Karch Smith went to the game to see if the Hawks could right the ship.
Iowa took on Iowa State in the Iowa Corn Cyhawk series in volleyball, and the intensity was at an all-time high. Both teams brought that intensity early, including freshman Gia McGrew, who was making her first career start.
I just wanted to hit the ball.
And hit the ball she did, as the freshman led the Hawks in kills and earned herself some high praise from head coach Jim Barnes.
She's just a winner. That kid has been a winner, and she, in practice, has been playing better and better. And that position has been really up and down for us, this season. And so I go, Gia's your chance to go, and she hit a good number, led us in kills, and she's just a pure winner. That kid.
After the first 2 sets, the Clones led 2-0 and had all the momentum. But Coach Barnes didn't give up on his team and had them fight back.
I'm proud to have, after the second set, our serve receive buckled down and we started passing, and then we got after them and they were struggling at passing. And this game's a lot about serve and pass.
The Hawks dug deep and battled back by taking the next 2 sets and had the arena rocking. The comeback was stopped short, however, as the Clones edged out the Hawks in set 5, 15-12.
The Hawks and Clones are going glove for glove. This is what we call Extreme Night at Extreme Arena. From Extreme Arena, Karch Smith, DITV.
Now a big announcement in the world of Iowa hoops. The Big Ten finalized the men's and women's schedules yesterday, giving Hawkeye fans a better look at what to expect this season. Here are a couple games to keep your eyes on. Jan Jensen and her Hawks will go head-to-head with Nebraska on New Year's Day. It's a home game for the black and gold, which means that it will be the first contest played in Iowa City since 2006. The Hawkeyes will also head to the City of Angels for back-to-back games against USC and UCLA in 2026. Their first Big Ten game will be against Penn State in late December. Now turning to Ben McCollum's inaugural season, the men's side will open Big Ten play at Michigan State on December 2nd. Before playing Maryland at home just days after. Super Bowl Sunday gets even more entertaining for the Hawkeye fans as Iowa battles Northwestern at home. Ben's team will play 17 games at the Carver Hawkeye Arena at home this year. And hosting the Cyhawk game this year for both programs, those are set to tip off in mid-December. Almost a week from last Friday's thrill against Northwestern, the number 12 team in the nation, the Iowa women's soccer team, played in an all-time classic against Purdue last night. Through one half, the score was tied 0-0, and it took until the 62nd minute to find the breakthrough. From way far out, Price Laposer slided the ball into the top corner. Purdue responded just 3 minutes later, converting a penalty kick to tie the game. Then, with just 12 seconds to go, an Abby Skiff cross found the head of Berkeley Bingley, and the Hawks bagged the winner, boom, right in the net there for the win. And the Iowa field hockey team is currently riding a 4-game win streak after defeating the number 20 team, Miami of Ohio, and Louisville in the recent matchups. The Hawkeyes now turn their attention to Big Ten play with back-to-back road games versus the Indiana Hoosiers. The first of their 2 games will start at 3 p.m. today in Bloomington at Deborah Tobias Field. The Hawks will stay in Bloomington for the weekend until Sunday, where Iowa and Indiana will play again, starting at 11 a.m. Another week of Iowa football means another inspiring story from Stead Family Children's Hospital. DITV's Cole Krieger has the story on this weekend's Kid Captain, Liam Bartleson.
When Liam Bartleson was just 2 days old, doctors discovered he was having hundreds of seizures a day. He was soon transferred to Stead Family Children's Hospital.
He kept having seizures, upwards of 200 or more seizures a day.
Liam's parents followed their son to the Children's Hospital waiting for answers. After 5 weeks, Liam was dismissed from the hospital with no answers towards his diagnosis. When Liam and the Bartlesons returned home, the seizures continued.
She diagnosed him with his MMPSI, malignant migrating partial seizures in infancy.
Liam's condition is considered to be a severe form of epilepsy, which is caused by a gene mutation. After lots of trial and error with different medications, Liam's care team prescribed him CBD oil to help manage his seizures. When combined with clonazepam, a medication that calms the nervous system, Liam's seizures started to decline to less than 10 per day.
From the University of Iowa Children's Hospital to the coaching staff to the players, everybody has been amazing to work with.
Liam is now 11 years old. He loves going to the zoo, anything to do with dinosaurs, spending time outside with family, and enjoys being around his service dog, Miko.
For us, every day is a gift to have Liam with us. We try to, quality of life for him is our main priority, and our doctors are 100% in our corner with that.
From the University of Iowa, Cole Krieger, DITV Sports.
Now we have Grace Lathrop with some updates on the arts around Iowa City.
That's right, a lot happening, so let's get right into the vibe. And starting off with some breaking news in the entertainment world, Jimmy Kimmel Live has been taken off the air after the host made comments about the Charlie Kirk murder case. During his monologue on Monday, Kimmel directly said that the, quote, MAGA gang was desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything but one of them. And he also accused the Conservative Party as, quote, trying to score political party points. From the murder, Chair of Broadcast Regulator of the Federal Communications Commission, Brendan Carr, said Kimmel was, quote, appearing to try to mislead the American public, and as a result, his show has been revoked. Nexstar Media released a statement hours later saying that Kimmel's comments were offensive and insensitive at a critical time in our national political discourse, and agreed to no longer air Kimmel's show. Carr thanked Nexstar for doing, quote, the right thing. President Trump also commented on this decision.
Well, Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else, and he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk. And Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. So, you can call that free speech or not. He was fired for lack of talent.
And Kimmel has yet to comment on this, and as of now, Disney is taking his show off the air. But taking it back to downtown Iowa City, the Iowa International Writing Program welcomed an award-winning author to campus on Monday. DITV's Arts Julia Rhodes has details on how the literary community showed up.
I'm here at Prairie Lights Bookstore, where author and guest speaker Naomi Wood will read from her latest short story collection. Wood is best known for her novels like Mrs. Hemingway, but her latest work shines a spotlight on flawed and complex women in society.
And she knew sometimes he pretended to be more negative than he actually was, just to make her feel more normal.
The event drew readers, writers, and students eager to hear from Wood, whose stories have been recognized worldwide and recently won the BBC National Short Story Award.
And then she read a little bit from this, and I was like, and then I looked over to my friend who was next to me in class, and I was like, do you want to go to that? Do you want to go to the reading? And I texted my other friend also in the class. I was like, will you go with me? Like, we have to go.
Organizers say bringing international voices like Wood's to Iowa City is exactly what the program is about, sparking conversations around what's next in writing.
Wood's work powerfully illustrates the interpenetration of critical and creative methods that we are developing here at Iowa and that I see as the future of literary studies in the university. So I'm really fascinated by the crossover between academic research and creative expression.
For Wood, teaching and sharing her craft is just as important as the writing itself. And for the audience, it was a chance to meet a storyteller at the top of her game. Iowa's Writers Program continues to showcase its authors throughout the Iowa City community. From the Prairie Lights Bookstore, this is Julia Rhodes, DITV.
And the performing arts at Iowa are gearing up, and the theater department has already put on 2 new student-written plays. But the main stage season will look a little different this year, with graduate student directors at the helm. DITV's Hannah Lipsky walked through the red carpet to see what the shows will look like this year.
See this artistic building, and through the doors, even more inspiring art is created every day. And right now, graduate students are getting ready for their thesis projects, directing a main stage show.
In their first year, they will do 2 projects, one each semester, that is working on a new play. One is a gallery and the other one is festival. In their second year, they will do a gallery and festival, but then they do what we call IDF, the Iowa Directors Festival. And that's where they, for once, choose something that's already written or established that speaks to them and their aesthetic, and they direct that. It gives them an opportunity to work with the shop. You direct something, and you're responsible for everyone giving decisions and also hitting deadlines, working within budget and things of that sort. And that prepares them for their thesis.
Graduate directors not only get a master's education, but get to actually practice their profession. And at Iowa, this means developing new plays and also putting their own take on some popular favorites. The shows this year are Romeo and Juliet Devised, Argonautica, How to Defend Yourself, Head Over Heels the Musical, and Uncle Vanya. Each director gets to show off their unique talents and perspectives.
And so from somebody that comes from a movement and a dance background, aside from a theater background, that conversation between the body and the actor is something that I've really honed in on, and I have Iowa to thank for that.
And simulates how to put a live show together in the real world.
And it's because I can carry a certain fluency with both actors, designers, production staff. Like, I had been and lived in all those shoes.
And in the end, see their work come to life on stage. From the theater building, Hannah Lipsky, DITV Arts and Culture.
And if you're looking to stay busy this weekend in Iowa City, the Infinite Dreams Festival will be going on both today and tomorrow. Most performances are at Hansher Auditorium, and tickets can be sold online or at the doors. Performances mainly consist of speakers as well as readings and music. The Friday night concert series also continues tonight in the downtown Penn Mall with a performance by Alicia Money and family. This event is completely free, so stop by for a song or two to catch the vibe. And to check out more events happening this weekend, go to thedowntowniowacity.com for the full calendar. And let's end on a super great note this week, taking a trip all the way out to New York City. The iconic Central Perk coffee shop from the hit sitcom Friends is said to be opening in Times Square. I mean, could we be any more excited about this? Doors are set to be open this fall, and guests will be able to grab their favorite cup of coffee and sit down on the iconic orange couch, just like the gang in the show. Take-home coffee blends and merch will be available for purchase, so everyone pivot to New York City as fast as you can and experience this for yourself. And that is it for this week's The Vibe, but catch us on next Friday for more arts, entertainment, and culture updates. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
And Felicity, it seems like there's a lot of good art stuff going around that could be worth checking out with the Hawks away this weekend.
Yeah, for sure. It's super, super exciting.
Definitely think I'll be tuning in. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yep, for sure. Yep, and thank you for joining us online or listening on KRUI 89.7 FM.
We are here live from Iowa City every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. and online anytime at dailyiowan.com.
For all of us at DITV, thanks for tuning in.